All right, so today I'm going to bring you this review on this Tesla LED ambient light upgrade kit for the Model 3 and Model Y years 2017 to 2025. This is going to add in the interior of the car, in the air vent, we're going to get RGB lighting, we're going to get intelligent blind spot alerts, and also some smart driving indicators. So let's get this unboxed and get this thing installed. Here's the box, everything there, that's all there is to that. Let's open up the box itself. Right off the bat, we've got a couple of pry tools here. Sturdy pry tools. Looks like we've got a wiring harness here as well. All right, so we have one wiring harness here. Here's another wiring harness. Then we have the LED strip itself, and this is basically all there is to it, and that's it. Wiring harness, pry tools, and we're good to go. Let's get the car tore apart and get into it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is going to pry this piece off, right? And no matter what, under here, don't be afraid of it, it'll come off. Then we're going to take and start to remove the weather stripping. Now we need to take this little panel piece off. So then we got this pin here. Be careful not to go behind it. You want to be here. This little section right here. Pop that out and then that pin will come out. And there you go. Now we can take this piece out. All right, so we got another little pin here. Remember, you're going to go in front, pull that pin out. That over there. And then here, now we're going to pull this back so that we can get to the pieces that we're going to need to connect the wiring harness. All right, so let me explain the harness to you a little bit. This is going to go into the OBD reader, which is right here, the blue one. Okay, and what they did was they gave us an expansion slot. So if we want to come back in and add something else to the car at a later time, we'll be able to do that. Or if we need to access the OBD, we'll be able to do that. The other part here is where our power and stuff is going to come from. So we're going to unplug this piece here, plug that in. Then we're going to take and plug this in here, like so. We're going to plug in the OBD. That's plugged in. And so now all we got is this, and let's run this strip. All right, so if you look here, you see how thin this cable is here? We have to be very careful with this. What we don't want to do is we don't want to pinch it in here. We don't want this to get pinched out. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this back, slide the cable in there, and get it down to where we can plug it in. All right, so now you want to be careful with this. Don't just yank this back and forth. If you got to move this cable to adjust it, you want to pull this forward so that you can slide that cable in and out easily. So now that we got our cable through here, we'll get that plugged up in a minute, but we want to go ahead and install the LED. Now the white piece that you see here, that's the LED. You got to be careful with this. You want this facing out. And then this, there's going to be a wedge in here. You're just going to kind of lift this up and push it in there all the way down along the dash. The other thing too is you want to measure it out because you've got an entire dashboard here. So measure this out to where you get about an equal distance off each side, maybe 3 to 4 inches off the edges, and you should be good to go. All right, so the last part to do is now we got to connect this, right? That connects our LED strip. And then we're going to take this and plug it in to the USB port right here. And once that's plugged in, we should be ready to go. See that? We got light. Y'all see the light? I see the light. All right, so I'm going to tighten up these wires a little bit, right? And try to get this tucked in nice and neat, out of the way, so that we're not pinching any cables. Everything looks good there. Now we're going to slide this back in over this way. Take the pin, slide it in, and pop it in. So there's no app or anything like that that's needed. Once you're hooked up, plugged in, and running, there will be several things that you'll notice. Right now I'm charging the car, and you can see that the same thing that the car does here when it's charging, the green light that runs up the side, is running up on the edges there. All right, so we're doing a little road test here, and you can see when there's a car next to me, that orange light to the right will come up telling me, notifying me that there is a car right there next to me. Watch this, is coming up again. See how that does that? And then as soon as the car goes by, it goes off. That's number one. The lights, you hit the scroll wheel here, and you can change the color of the light as you go. And there's a lot of different colors in here that you can do that. Also, you can turn it off by just one tick of the scroll wheel. That's number one. See? Had a bus over there. Now that's done. Right? We can see the light coming through. When we use our blinker, we're going to get green light for blinker now on that side. Right? You see that? Four-way hazards. See that? Those are on. Again, another car on the side here. See, car on the side. All right, so we're on our way to charge my Tesla, and you can see the center of the steering wheel dash here, the driver's dash. You can see the 3 red lights are now engaged, showing that the battery is now starting to warm itself up as we make our way over there. The other thing is you can see how well the light reflects off the bottom of the AC duct there, that silver part in there. It's a beautiful thing. The other thing I noticed too is once I get over a certain miles per hour over the speed limit, these same 3 red lights will give me a 3-prong flash. See how that 3 flashlights real quick? That's letting me know that I'm in excess of the speed limit. You can really see how well the blinker now reflects off. Now you can see over there, we've got the blinker on as we start to make the right-hand lane change. But also as we went by that car, the warning that there was a car there came up. And that actually flashed in orange until we were far enough ahead, and then it went to a green flash. I tell you, after less than 24 hours with this installed, I already see the huge benefits of it. All right, so we are plugged in now, and now you can see the green light as it starts to make its way from the middle of the dash out that way and that way. I got to tell you, with all these built-in safety features for a plug-and-play piece of equipment that's easy to install, less than 30 minutes, anybody can do it. The added things that Tesla just missed on, like left and right blinkers, 4-way hazards, the warming up of the batteries will let me know if I'm in excess of the speed limit. It'll let me know. The cool feature about charging with the little kit vision going back and forth, the ability to change colors on the car. Listen, I think it's a beautiful product. I definitely recommend it.